everybody. My name is Kyle39. I am here with
Christopher Brandeberry.
And what did you do today, Christopher?
Got second or seventh place with Maliss.
Any shout outs before you get into the deck profile?
Yeah, shout out to the guys that came, the guy behind the camera, Santi, Josh, and
Josh.
Shout out, you're good. Shout out to Jefferson Delaney, everyone from Albuquerque, the 505, everyone from Santa Fe that came out and participated in the tournament. Always good vibes with all the fam here. So, yeah.
Let's get to the deck profile.
And obviously, shout out to the sponsor, Cardboard Collectors.
All right, let's get to the deck profile.
All right. So this list is essentially just the same list as the one that I played in Lubbock last week. So we have 3 Marcher, our Bestial of the deck. Just absolutely insane. I actually started cutting this to 2 today in certain matchups just because I didn't want to see 2 of them in hand. I don't know if it really mattered. Maybe I probably want to do that in the future, but definitely I think this is standard at 3, so. Then we have the 2 White Rabbit and the 2 Dormouse. So obviously, this is the worst, not the worst one to start with. Chelsea's the worst one, but with this one, at least you can go White Rabbit summon, set TB07 and search Marcher and able to combo. Obviously, Dormouse, 1-card combo, self-explanatory. And then we have the 2 Chessie. I don't think I'd ever play this at 3. I know some people like it just for the additional names. But the only time it ever comes up as value is if you have another name or you have our backups here. Other than that, I just feel like Chessie doesn't do anything. Later on, obviously, you get your search off for Red Ransom, but I just think it's better to hold those cards. Occasionally, I'll banish the Malice in the Mirror because it gives so much recursion, but most of the time, I just stick with that. So then we have the 1 Wizard. Obviously standard anymore. Card's insane. Plays through 3 hand traps like it's its job. Then we have the 2 Bestials, Magna and Druis. Obviously these been around forever. Self-explanatory. I mean, it hits Mitsu, it hits everything. So, and we're still on the 2 Nib. I don't think I would change this ratio. I love drawing into it off of the Fua, and I don't think I ever really need it. It's just a good way to blow your opponent out if your first 2 hand traps don't do the job. Then the MVP, as always, I hate this card so much, but man, does it eats everything. Card's insane, so I hate that I had to play it, but I love when I see it. Then we're playing the 3 Ash Blossoms, standard, I think. It just all around hits Mitsu, it hits the Charmies, it hits everything. This format, I just think it's mandatory. Then we have 3 Fulos. I'm not playing any of the other Charmies. I don't think they're necessary in the main deck. I'd rather just see the high impact cards that are going to blow out my opponent. And I feel like Aurelia and Meow's they don't give enough push, and people can play around them with most decks. So then for the spells, we have the 2 field spells. I mean, pretty standard. It's at 2, so you can only play 2. And then the 1 Terraforming. And then we also are playing the 1 Gold Sark. So what I actually normally do a lot of the time is I side out when I'm going second and third, game 2s and 3s in general. I normally side out these 3 cards for higher impact cards. I don't like seeing this when I get Lancea. It just feels like a brick in my hand. And this plays into a Droll. And I at least want to resolve a backup before I get drolled. And then Underground, I mean, if they do Lancea, I'm okay with this since we are playing the 1 Malice in the Mirror. This card is absolutely insane. The more and more I think about this card and I utilize it with Marcher, it just becomes so much more broken than I ever realized. Like today, my final round actually, I had this set, I activated it, searched off of 07 into Marcher, banished my mirror, summoned the Marcher, got the mirror effect to banish, searched out Dormouse, summoned White Rabbit set my 06, and so I just had 4 cards in hand for absolutely no reason. Then we have the AI Michu. This card is one of the weirdest cards in every deck list. No one plays more, no one plays less. It's just kind of there for game 2s and 3s. So, but it's good when I see it in game 1. So then the card that I don't think I would ever, now that it's at 1, play in the side. It's a 1 of it. Should be in the deck. I mean, if they hand trap you, which, people are holding Lancia now, they're holding Fua, they're holding not Pirelli. Pirelli always gets shotgun. And then like Ash and stuff. There's just so many high impact cards that, droll. If they droll you, you just tounce, look at hand, and then now you have infinite value and infinite information. And then we're playing the 2 traps. I just think this is so standard. It comes up every time that I play it, game 1. Actually, one of my games, I almost lost because I took this out, game 2, and we were on a brick and it was just grindy, and luckily I got to my ally code and he couldn't recover, so. Then we're playing 3 infinite impermanents. I think next format for Nats, when we get Orcus and all the new sport Dragon Maid, this might not be as good in throughout the other K9. I think like K9 just dodges imperm like it's its job as well, from what I've heard. So I'm not sure. We'll see. But right now I think it's pretty solid. And then the best card in the deck, hands down. If you're not playing this in the deck, I don't think it's correct. All right. Then we'll go to the extra. So we opted to play, again, same as in Lubbock, both the Top Logic and Allied. I think this is becoming more common. The end board you get off of this is so valuable. If you get nibbed, you can always make Top of Logic if you played it correctly. Because you just you hold your 07 and your white binder effect, and you're able to get to this if they nib you. And then we're playing the 1 Firewall. I honestly rarely summon this card because I always like to get my my Heart Cryptor. But when it comes up and you end on the full board with Allied Code, Firewall, and the Red Ransom and White Binder, it's just absolutely insane. It eats a Super Poly, and then if they don't have a lot of additional extension, they can't play through it. Unless your Sanji is playing Druis or Drave Swarm. And then we're playing the Heart Scriptor, White Binder, and Red Ransom. Absolutely insane. So many times I'll just set Mirror and have March Hare in hand, and it just, like I said, 4 cards in hand. So I honestly think, like, if people out here always saying, like, what do we cherries? What do we get in extra? I think it's Red Ransom. Card is just insane now. Then we're playing the 1 Access Code. Just comes up for break boards, really. Or to, like, out big bodies. Then we're playing the 1 SP. And this is the one change I made for my list in Lubbock, is I took out the Harp and I put in Haggard Lizard. And the reason I did that is because I still wanted to play Almirage, which I'm glad I didn't cut this over the Harp, because this came up more times than the Harp did in the 2 tournaments combined. So, and then we're playing the Link Spider and the 2 Lingrebos. Very standard, so. And then for the last 2 cards, we're playing the 1 Splash Mage and the 1 Cyber Wicked. I've even made this card just like to play around Detonator. I mean, it's just an insane card, this format. Plays Armor, Kumo too. It's insane card in my opinion, even if you already have backup. So, then the Nib Token. Then for the side deck, and this actually stayed exactly the same. I didn't touch this at all. It's just 3 Lancia. I think that should be standard in every side deck. 2 Meows. And instead of playing 3 Meows and 3 Pirelli, I played the Phantasmes. So we have the 2 Pirelli and 2 Meows. I really like this ratio. I don't really like seeing multiples of these. When I see one and I draw into a Fluid, it feels great. I don't think I would ever change this ratio. So then I'm playing, go to clean this up. Playing the 1 Called By. I don't think it's correct to main it. I think it's horrible going first. I'd rather just see my high impact cards like Impulse, Nib, Droll. If this is in my hand, I feel like unless I'm playing against Blue Eyes, I feel like this card is not great. And then we're playing the 1 Harpies Feather Duster. The most common side I actually did was Harpies, Called By, and 2 Pirelli. So many people blind conceded because I just built my board. And so I just side this in. This hits like every single deck to some degree. Called By is just for the Lancia game 2, and then Harpy, and like any like random card. And then Harpy just is a blowout for pretty much every deck. And then the two cards that I still think are insane, I wouldn't cut these either. I like these ratios perfectly. I actually won my round 6, round 6 matchup, or round 7, sorry, matchup against Tempire because I drew the. I mean, it didn't actually matter. I had full combo and he played around his bell and everything, but I mean, these cards are solid. I like them. This stops Mitsurugi too, so yeah.
Cool. Congratulations on the top, my good sir, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.